Well, good evening, Basel fans, and welcome here to Yokohama for today's game in the Japanese B-League between our hosts Yokohama B-CORSAIRS and the visitors LEVANGA HOKKAIDO. Well, again, this is going to be a match between two teams, at very different ends of their respective conferences. LEVANGA HOKKAIDO having a very tough season, and that is to say the least, while Yokohama B-CORSAIRS trying to make themselves potentially, which is a very tough task, maybe a wild card factor for the B-League playoffs. Well, again, we are live here just north of the beautiful capital city of Tokyo. Many fans making the journey down from the beautiful north of the island of Hokkaido. And no doubt, of course, hoping that their team will get a big victory. Well, there are your standings at the moment. There you can see the Eastern Conference, LEVANGA HOKKAIDO sitting second bottom, while the record's slightly better for Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. Now, they could potentially, depending how the second half of the season goes, pick up a string of victories which could see them challenge the Hitachi Sun Rocket Shibuya. But if they're going to do that, they need to win here tonight. There you can see the last fixtures for them. So far, they've been on a good run. Of course, winning 5 out of 5 from the last 5. Well, here are some of the key highlights from the last game. Tempo is everything for this team, trying to find early looks in the corner. The three-pointer's up, and of course, if they make those shots, this could be their game. Well, some very key, influential players in this team, no doubt. But, for LEVANGA HOKKAIDO, they've got to make the use of the size and physicality. Of course, a lot is going to be said about that man, Yuki Kawamura, number 5 for Yokohama. But let's take a look now at LEVANGA HOKKAIDO. Well, it's been a bit of a tough season, as we mentioned, for them. But no doubt they're going to try to turn things around as best as possible. Well, some of the key players in their team, the likes of Damon Brooks, not to mention Daryl Willis, but no doubt many people tuning in tonight here from the Philippines and all over the world for one Papa St. Dwight Ramos. Well, if you are new to B-League Basketball, you can see Kawamura just getting a few free throws in before the game starts. This is a professional league that was established in 2016, the coming together of two former leagues, thus improving the competition of Japanese basketball. Dwight Ramos playing for Hokkaido LEVANGA, but I'm sure many fans tuning in for the big man, one Kaiju Kaireem the Dream Soto. Well, it didn't quite work out for him when he was playing, of course, in Hiroshima Dragonflies, and he's found a new team, a new berth in his game. Well, we are moments away from tip-off, but we're now going to introduce the players of these two teams. Well, there you can see the lineup for Hokkaido LEVANGA. We already talked about the import players, but if you look at the local players, Shuto Terazono is going to be one hell of a player to look out for, as is number 66, Yuki Matsushita. Well, the one player, number 2, St. Dwight, that's the one the fans are tuning in for this evening. So welcome to everybody who's currently watching live here on the YouTube platform of B-League International. Now we're going to introduce the players, so let's enjoy the local entertainment. Well, there are your starting lineups. Many fans have been asking the questions, why has there been little playing time for Dwight Ramos, Papa Dwight, St. Dwight? Well, Daryl Willis, number 21, along with number 24, Damon Brooks, the two key import players for this team. Well, the other players making up the starting lineup here tonight for LEVANGA HOKKAIDO, Ren Shimatani, number 15. And, of course, number 81, Kohei Sekino. But now we're going to introduce Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. Well, he's got a big job tonight. He knows that. But he's going to have to make sure his team play well. Coach Rutaro Onodera leading the head coaching role here for LEVANGA HOKKAIDO. I mean, he was quite a player back in his day when he played for the Saitama Broncos. But now, let's take a look here. There are your statistics comparing these two teams. Well, both teams relatively well from the perimeter. I mean, it's good to see they're both shooting over and above 40% from the field altogether. But Yokohama defense tonight. These two teams just around 76 and 75 points per game. But the question will be, who is going to have the bigger factor here tonight? That will be the decider who gets a victory tonight and tomorrow in this doubleheader. Well, there are your head-to-heads between these two teams, relatively even if you look at it. Well, say that, of course. It's actually Yokohama B-CORSAIRS, my apologies, who've definitely loved playing against LEVANGA HOKKAIDO. Well, I can see already that we have a lot of fans watching live on the YouTube stream, so we'd like to give some shout-outs, of course. Shout-out to Ja. Good morning to you, and as well to John Edmund Lagman. Welcome, everybody. As well as to Toto Perseus. Again, if you are watching live, let us know your name, which team you're supporting, and where are you currently watching in the world. I'll do my very best to give everybody a shout-out as Yuki Kawamura will be in the starting lineup tonight here. The question will be, how many minutes will Kai Soto play tonight for Yokohama? Well, here come your starting five tonight. Jared Uthoff will be in the starting lineup, along with number 5, Yuki Kawamura. Well, Yusei Sugiura will also be in the starting lineup tonight here for Yokohama. The final positions will be taken up by Koya Sudo. And, of course, number 40, Josh Scott is racking up the mustache tonight. The Tash. Well, a B-League champion, of course, won it with Utsunomiya Brex. Well, there is your head coach here for Yokohama B-CORSAIRS, Coach Taketo Aoki. Well, very experienced coach for that matter. I mean, as a player, he did start with Niigata Albirex and also played for a former team that existed in Tokyo known as Tokyo Apache. If anybody knows anything about Tokyo Apache, they played in purple and yellow, and they were once coached by the late, great Kobe Bryant's father, Joe Bryant. Well, the key matchup in the backcourt will be between Yuki Kawamura and Ren Shimatani. The bigs, of course, you got the likes of Darryl Willis. He will play up against the veteran Josh Scott. Well, Jared Uthoff, he'll have to try and make his work here with Damon Brooks. Well, Soto will be coming off the bench. Kyreem the Dream, Kaiju. But Papa St. Dwight Ramos, he's definitely starting here tonight here for LEVANGA HOKKAIDO. Well, shout out to Danny Reynado, Jason A. Canelas, as well as shout out to Polly Popeye, and shout out to Iron Sani watching from Palm Desert, California. And shout out to Edward Garcia. So welcome everybody to all of our fans, to all of our Kababayan brothers and sisters. Maligayang pagdating. And, of course, shout out to Lucas James. Well, the tip is up and we're underway, and it will be Yokohama who have the first possession. Tempo's going to be very key in this game. Trying to get off to an early start will be the factor. That's going to be an early kickball violation against LEVANGA HOKKAIDO. Well, Kawamura definitely making himself a key player this season in the B-League, and no doubt very much contention to maybe be in the rotation for Tomavasa's Akatsuki's 5, the Japanese national team, as we head for the first window of the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. LEVANGA HOKKAIDO have talent in their team. The issue for them is finding consistency. Trying to play for 40 minutes. Ramos trying to go for a post-up. St. Dwight now turning around. Makes a bit of contact. Oh, that's a good move, but he's got to try and finish that one. But they need that from Dwight Ramos this evening. Kawamura down the middle. Penetrates, goes up, finishes. And he gets the and one. Only 22 years of age. And no doubt we're going to see him in 2 weeks at the upcoming FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. Sugoi. Well, the foul is going to be called against LEVANGA HOKKAIDO's number 24, Damon Brooks. 31 years of age, veteran player now here in the Japanese B-League, but he's got to try and stay out of foul trouble as Kawamura converts a three-point play. Well, I'm getting questions about how much Dwight Ramos and Kai Soto earn. I have no idea. I've never asked them that question. I've never thought about that. Probably a lot more than me, that's for sure. Well, Willis trying to isolate. Goes in with the left hand again. Too strong off the backboard. Kawamura, another penetration, but I think no offensive foul is going to be called. I'm not quite sure who they've called this one. Did they call it on Kawamura? Or did they call the illegal screen against Josh Scott? Let's look at the replay. Yeah, they're going to call that one on Yuki Kawamura. Well, that's the question by Ivan DC. What are my thoughts on Tim Cohn as the new Gillis coach? Well, if you saw the picture of me and Tim Cohn together, you would think that we are long lost father and son. Or big brother, little brother, however you want to look at it. Ramos now time winding down. LEVANGA HOKKAIDO's got to get something going. Ramos downtown, 3 is up, and again, can't get it. But that's a good look, though. It's got to keep taking those shots. It's wide open. Oh, who threw off from downtown? Probably just need to try and settle into a better offense. Sakino now pump fakes. Trying to go down low to Brooks, but good defense. Sugiura trying everything it does to perfection. Well, they know they want to play with Damon Brooks and Darrell Willis inside the paint. So LEVANGA HOKKAIDO's got to be very tough here tonight. Sudoku on the screen. Almost turns it over. That's good defense. Now, can they convert this? Finds Willis. Bumps. Goes in. And nothing dropping here in the moment. Well, you have to pay homage to Yokohama's transition defense. Could have easily picked up a foul in that scenario. Kawamura just stumbles and he turns it over. Well, thank you to Who Is Jess. It's very kind of you. We have a timeout now as these two teams want to talk it over. Well, basketball fans, if you are watching, let us know. Where in the world are you currently watching? Are you watching in Asia? Are you watching in Europe, Africa, the Americas? Let us know. I'm currently commentating this game here in London, United Kingdom. Well, great to see we got fans watching in Canada, New Zealand, Long Beach, California, Osaka, and Alexander Nathiso watching from the Philippines. Well, I will actually indeed be in Canada. So Norman Granadosin Hey, Josh, what can you say about the Vietnam basketball program? I don't know. I'm going to go visit my in-laws in Vietnam in a month. I'll do some scooping, maybe. LEVANGA HOKKAIDO looking for that first field goal. St. Dwight with the dime. And again, finding it wide open to Demont Brooks. Well, Gani Mix watching from Israel. So, Shalom Chaver, Manishma. Mata Oseh Hayom. Foul's going to be called on the ground now. If that's on Brooks, that's going to be his second personal foul. So, again, a little bit of early foul trouble. Not a good sign. Well, Google account has asked me what I think about... Nah, come on, man. Let's focus on B-League basketball, baby. We could talk Euro Cup and EuroLeague later. Kawamura's got to get something going. Now we're under 10 here on the shot clock. Fine, Scott goes in. Beautiful play. Well, they overcommitted on defense to Kawamura. And Josh Scott made a simple roll to the basket. Trying to curl the screen. Pulls up from 15. That's way off the mark. And nobody going in for an offensive rebound for LEVANGA HOKKAIDO. Down as Scott goes in. Gets the and one. Big man. Well, too big, too strong. It's simply just too good. Well, let me tell you why Scott is one of the best players in the B-League. He's got the best first name in the world. No, I'm just joking. But look at this. Solid movement. Finds himself in the paint. I mean, the penetration was nice, but it's the ability to initiate the contact and converts a three-point play. Well, welcome to Wilfredo Cameron, watching from Norway. Beautiful country, but it is definitely cold this time of year. Ramos nowhere to go here. Almost turning it over. That's going to be a traveling violation. LEVANGA HOKKAIDO all out of sorts at the moment here on their offense. Well, the travel was committed by Ren Shimatani. Well, welcome to Anthony Alcazar. Thank you very much for your kind words. Yokohama fans trying to get into this one now. Here comes Kawamura. Kicks this one out. This is good ball movement. Well, step back, push off. Maybe could have got called for an offensive foul, but referees were very happy to let play continue. Yokohama only one field goal so far in the first 5 minutes and 45, well, 4 minutes and 45 seconds. What can Ramos deliver here? Trying to go for the high-low. Well, did he call bank? I don't think it matters. Deneldian Nana coming into the game. Only try 1-3 from that angle. Can't get this. A foul on the box out is going to be called against Nana. That's one thing you know you're going to get from Josh Scott, the ability to just really make himself a real blunt force there. And sometimes he doesn't need to do much. Well, shout out to Joshua Jacinto, Coach Melvin, Joselito Bartolome, all walks of life vlogs. Trying to go baseline. Nowhere to go here. We throw up pump fakes. Well, took a few steps and missed the layup. The rebound's been secured by Willis. Well, Norman Granadosin, who would I build a franchise around? That's a tough one because it depends what kind of team you've got. Ramos being a perimeter player. Willis hits a three-pointer, and that's what they need. But go back to your question, Norman. You know, if I've got a team with some good guards, I'd probably go with Kai Soto to balance it out. Vice versa, you know, it depends what the team's needs are. Kawamura unable now. LEVANGA HOKKAIDO can take the lead, but it's going to be a carrying violation. Yep. Oh, another turnover. Chico TV wants me to say, Belangel, Belangel. Well, unfortunately, well, good for him, of course. He's playing in the Korean Basketball League, but he's not playing in this game. Well, here comes in a veteran, Ryoto Sakurai, 40 years young. My goodness gracious, I'm jealous of this man. He looks younger than me. Just over 4 minutes. Good collapse on defense, but they turn it over. Now, you really have to appreciate the recovery there coming from Hiroto Kikuchi, because that would have been a wide open layup for Josh Scott. Scott trying to post up. Unable to finish. That's good interior post defense coming from Darrell Willis. Pulling up for the mid-range, and finally, LEVANGA Hokkaido get their first lead due to Shuto Terazono. Yokohama responding, and no problem for downtown. Well, the three has been tucked away by Yusei Sugiura. On the shot clock. Hokkaido trying to retake the lead. Well, no, excuse me, they tie the game up. And again, it's that man, Shuto Terazono, coming off those bull screens, looking like Mike Bibby in 2002 for the Sacramento Kings. Mid-range, it's automatic. Well, he's missed 2 threes. Make it 0 for 3 at the moment here for Jared Uthoff. Willis going in, just too strong. Well, he's got to try and have more composure. Pass takes a deflection, goes out of bounds, but it's going to remain Yokohama ball. Well, Norman Granadosin, you're asking some good questions. Who would I rather have a bigger role for the Gilas Pilipinas team, Kai Soto or Juma Fajardo? Well, I mean, if you've got a healthy Kai Soto, that's got to be the option. Juma, you know, same, I think he's 1 year older than me. He's 34, 35. Still a great player, but Uthoff wide open, goes up. Missed another layup. Well, he is struggling, but, you know, he's got to be becoming a veteran role player. Speaking about Juma Fajardo. Well, they're going to call the foul against Nana, and that's a tough one because I'd like to see the replay because as a coach, number one for LEVANGA Hokkaido, Danieldan Nana, I like the post denial. You're trying to make it hard, but how much did he overcommit himself? Darrell Willis coming back into the game for LEVANGA Hokkaido. Google account just asked the question, Josh, will you ever play competitive basketball again? Like those open tournaments of 3x3 and a celebrity game? Let me tell you something, if I play basketball, you might need to get the paramedics ready because no doubt I'll be coming with an injury. Let's make this about Kai Soto. So Kyrie at the free throw line, good to see him back, looking healthy. And hopefully we're going to see him perform in the FIBA Asia Cup qualifying window this coming month. LEVANGA Hokkaido trailing by 1 point. Now we're on the 10 of the shot clock. There's the pick and pop. Good ball reversal. Wide open three is up, and it's good. And that's right in the face of Kaiju. Well, we talked about his mid-range game, but at the moment, you can clearly see thriving in both ends. Well, both teams trying to get into that rhythm at the moment. It's a post play. Kaiju goes in with a tip in. That's what you want to see from Kyrie, 21 years old. Well, Kai Soto, for the most part, at the FIBA Basketball World Cup, I thought he played well, and I was there covering, commentating those games for FIBA, but he was playing through a back injury. So nobody can argue the mental toughness of Kai Soto. He thought for the rebound. Yokohama looking to retake the lead. Just under 90 seconds. Well, throw it to the big man. He's wide open, but the three is up. Well, that disappoints me there. Kai Soto went for the post-up, cemented position. You got to feed him the ball. He's hungry. He's on a mission to prove himself. Just like 30 Ravenna's doing at the moment for San Antonio Phoenix. This guy's been on fire and he remains on fuego. Wow, Shuto Terazono. Definitely more than just mid-range at the moment. Somebody give Enzo Flojo the hoop not a call because he might need to write a new article about Shuto Terazono. Soto now in the post. Oh, what a play. Fakes the pass. Somebody show me the replay. Somebody right now. I don't care what Filipino sports platform you're on. Look at this fake pass. Send him. Kaiju putting a bit of Amwa mixtape on the pass. You've got to love what Kyreem just did there. Faked the pass, and the defender was like, whoa, where'd the ball go? He still had it in his hands. Well, he makes the first free throw. Well, 39 seconds left. If Yokohama can get a stop here on defense, this could potentially be a 2-for-1. But now LEVANGA Hokkaido. Yokohama making the stop. Tsukasa Nakano, checking into the game. Now you see a bit of full court pressure. While it's a little bit of a poor foul, it's not the worst foul because it's only going to be the second team foul against Yokohama. Well, it's a bit of a one. I don't know if that's a 1-2-2 or a 1-2-1-1 full court press. Rhinos still scoreless here in the game. Well, Arizona's been on fire so far. Doesn't get this one. Foul's going to be called, so the 2-for-1 may not be an option. Oh, Norman Granadosin, that's another tough question. Who would you rather pick as a main PG for Gillis? Scotty Thompson or Kiefer Ravenna? Well, Scotty Thompson's good. I mean, he was playing for Gillis this summer. But I got to go Kiefer on that. Well, another foul's been committed. Maybe that's a little too overzealous. That's Kenta Mori. Well, Norman Granadosin, going back to your questions, the benefit of having Scotty Thompson, sometimes you can actually play him as a two-guard or an off-guard. Depends what kind of lineup you want to go with. Well, Hokkaido leading by 1. They'll go for the final shot. High on the help side. There's the floater. He doesn't get it. Well, Basel fans, it is the end of the first quarter. Kai Soto coming in with the fake passes. Looking like a 7'4" Jason Williams out there. But we will take a short break and we will be back momentarily. Welcome everybody watching live to this YouTube stream. If you are watching, please can you hit that like button and also share this stream with all your friends. This is Japanese B-League Basketball. Yokohama B-CORSAIRS hosting LEVANGA Hokkaido. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Well, here are some of the key highlights from the first quarter. Only 1 point separates these two teams. Now it's time for us to give some shout-outs, of course. So shout out to Chikoy TV, to Ja, Ram Gonzalez, Captain Johan. Well, thank you for the kind comment as well, Captain Johan. Raja, All Walks of Life Vlogs, and Christian Madon. Well, if you are new to B-League Basketball, remember this league is separated into 3 conferences: the North, the East, the West, and the Central. My apologies. It's very early. I still haven't had my full cup of coffee. And, of course, top 2 teams in each conference do automatically qualify for the playoffs, while the next 2 teams outside those positions with the highest record take up the final playoff spots under the wild card. Yokohama B-CORSAIRS, they do have a potential chance of becoming a wild card, but they are 4 wins behind at the moment. Oh, Willis going in. Get defensive play. Well, can they now turn this one around? That's going to go out of bounds. Yokohama will get it back. Well, again, he's playing with confidence. Got to stay healthy. That's Noma Buhai. Pa Alam, goodbye. Well, LEVANGA HOKKAIDO trying to be more aggressive here on the defense. There's a pump fake. Now pulls up from 15. Well, it's just a little too strong off the board. You wouldn't think these two teams are very evenly matched up, but there's a kick out. Willis has made 1-3. Unable to get this. Kaiju with a rebound. Kaiju playing point guard. Finding Kaiju down. Going up. Turn around. So, well, that's good defense by Darrell Willis. That's what you want to see more from Kai Soto. Post up a little bit. Get it off the pick and roll. It's not a bad look for him. He's got the reach. I might say Soto probably invited the three-pointer, just did enough with his presence. And the post entry was a very poor pass coming from Kenta Mori. Foul has been committed. So Dwight Ramos will go to the free throw line, a chance to get his first points of the night and try to extend LEVANGA HOKKAIDO's slim 1 point. That's a very intelligent play by Ramos, because what he identifies is it wasn't quite a recovery or full transition defense coming from Yokohama. And as soon as he caught it, just went looking for the contact and just threw up any shot. Well, shout out to Emerson Sancho, Hoodie 7, Ibanez, Laushi, Eric Green. Well, Norman Granadosin, that's a very interesting question. I mean, I will be commentating Gilas versus Chinese Taipei, so I guess we'll see. Again, unable to get things going inside the paint. One possession game, Willis goes in. Easy throw down dunk. Well, Yokohama's got a cool timeout, because where was the help side defense? Well, we may need to look inside the lost and found in this arena. Right here, Kaiju overcommitting. That's a poor defensive play. And then he just saw Darius. I mean, that's his textbook there. Way too easy. The problem is when Kai Soto's got in Darrell Willis is that Willis is good on the perimeter. Kaiju, for all his accolades, as we saw at the FIBA Basketball World Cup, wasn't able to defend the bigs that play on the perimeter. I think we saw that in the game against Dominican Republic, and that was the key reason why Chat Reyes, shout out to one of the greatest coaches, and my good friend Chat Reyes, decided to play AJ Edu in that game more than Kai. Kai's got to be a rim protector. He's got to stay in the paint and just be that solid insurance policy for Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. And shout out to AJ Edu and the lovely Edu family who live also here in the United Kingdom and good family friends of mine. Well, shout out to AJ Solana. Welcome. A lot of questions coming in about Gilas's team coming into the pool for the upcoming window. Well, we'll see in the first game. Like I said, I'll be commentating the second one against Chinese Taipei, and I'm looking forward. That group's going to be quite competitive, I think. Two-possession ball game. We'll find Darren Uthoff. Can't get it again. Great rebound by Papa Dwight. Ramos twisting, draws a blocking foul. That's 2 fouls now drawn by Dwight Ramos. Well, Headroom 4541 said Yokohama's so good without Kai Soto, they should release him and get another agile big. Well, you're entitled to your opinion. I'd just say I would disagree. Seven here on the shot clock. Willis has got to isolate. Oh, threw it to nobody. See turn now. Yokohama looking to capitalize here. Pump face goes up, finishes. Beautiful move. Well, Koyasudo just went off the backboard. Well, shout out to Jerry Flores watching in New Zealand. Where in New Zealand, bro? Oh, Christchurch. Beautiful. Oh, Willis has made 1-3. Uthoff gets a rebound. Yokohama looking to tie the game up. Uthoff goes in uncontested, and all of a sudden a 4-0 run coming from Yokohama with 6:27 to go here in the second quarter. Well, Google account, you make a very good point there. But, you know, everybody's entitled to an opinion. I'm kind of one of those people that love to debate. So, Norman Granadosin, do you think Kai still has a chance to play in the NBA? That's a tough question. It's a very tough question. Well, here's a look at the replay. The pump fake coming from Koyasudo. A simple layup off the backboard. Well, shout out to Alexis Sevilla. I don't know. I mean, I'd say injuries have kind of slowed Kai's game down, but never say never. There's always a chance. It's down to him. It's all down to him. Well, timeout now. We'll be back in just 1 minute. Well, welcome back, everybody. 6:27 to go here in the second quarter. We're all locked up at 20 apiece between Yokohama B-CORSAIRS and LEVANGA HOKKAIDO. The issue I find for LEVANGA HOKKAIDO is the balance in the backcourt. Ramos penetrates, goes in. It's a strong move. But the help side presence of Josh Scott just making that a tough play for Dwight Ramos. Pulls up for a deep one. And goes out of bounds off Scott. Now, I have a problem with that three-point shot because it's not a transition three. Yokohama just, as do LEVANGA HOKKAIDO, build a little bit more rhythm. Move the ball, get a set offense. Nothing comes, go pick and roll. Once you get into that dribble up the floor, one pass or no pass and a three, you got to build confidence in your role players. Ramos trying to post up. Draws a third foul again. That's a play by Papa Dwight. Well, Carlos Almendraya says European bigs are unbreakable. Well, that's debatable. Kai is a baby. Well, that's inaccurate. As Dwight makes the first free throw. Listen, what I will say about Kai Soto's game from watching him play for Gillis is the physical attributes are definitely there. The skill is definitely there. Kai's got a very good soft touch around the basket, a very good mid-range, and, you know, occasionally can make a three. Kai's got to want it. He's got to build himself. He's got to get into that mentality of every day I'm going to get better. Every day I'm going to get stronger. Every day I'm going to get quicker. It's got to come from him. Like I said, the physical attributes are there. Well, one too many passes. Suthoff diving on the floor. This is good defense. Now they have numbers. He's going to go up and lay this one up. And it's back to a two-possession ball game. Norman Granados, to be honest, I've not seen Kevin Kimball play a lot. I've heard a lot of good things, but I haven't watched him play, so I can't really give you an opinion. Oh, great defense again. Shuto Terrazano with the steal. Now, what can they get here? Mid-range is up. Oh, again, it's just too quick. It's not a high percentage look, but look at the speed there. Yuki Kawamura just went on turbo supersonic speed, but foul had been called. Well, a change coming in is Kohei Sakino. We have a timeout. So these two teams will talk it over. I don't know if people can see, but the assistant coach for Yokohama B-CORSAIRS is a legend of a player and coach. Well, that is the infamous legend, Igor Jalatic from Montenegro, originally was born in the former Yugoslavia, but he was a hell of a player. Played for his local hometown team, Budućnost, and also played for a EuroLeague giant known as Crvena Zvezda. If you love international basketball, I highly recommend you go and watch or read a little bit about the history of the former Yugoslavian countries and their basketball greatness. I mean, it's all of them. Serbia, Montenegro, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia, Slovenia. So many greats. And Igor Jalacic, a great coach and a great player back in his day for that matter. Well, shout out to Roger Moore, guy that loves potatoes. Haven't seen you in a very long time, but welcome back. Well, Yokohama down by 4 points. Scott looking for a handoff. Trying to isolate here, nowhere to go. Yeah, it's just good defense. As Ramos gets another rebound. Well, had no option at that point, but again, you got to be very disappointed. Nobody from LEVANGA HOKKAIDO crashing for an offensive rebound. Oh, Google account. Yeah, it's a very fair point. Anthony Tomish, Walter Tavares, and Mark Pingers, yeah. Double G, that's a good one. I don't know. That's a very good question. It's one of those we wouldn't know until we see it, I guess. Well, Scott just trying to go in, bully his way, but just unable to get him. Again, you got to love the defense of Damon Brooks. Ramos penetrates, goes in, count it! Well, am I looking at Dwight Ramos or am I looking at George Gervin in a HOKKAIDO LEVANGA? Look at this. Makes the bump, goes in with a I thought it was a Euro step, but it's a sweet little finger roll right off the backboard. Well, 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. It's another timeout. As Yokohama find themselves down by 6 points. Well, Ibanez Laushi. I may not know a lot about basketball, but I know I have more money than... Okay. Well, congratulations. Well, shout out to Boss June TV. Shout out to JTV. As we come back here, it's going to be a three-point play coming up for Dwight Ramos. Shout out to Sir Wheatbread. I'm liking some of the YouTube names we have. They're quite interesting. Soto comes back into the frame for Yokohama. Well, Google account, it's a different one. Does Kai need to play more like an American? Does he need to play like a European? I just think he needs to play his own brand. I don't think necessarily there's one brand better than the other. Still a 7-point deficit. .330 now to go here in the second quarter. Well, you can really see here, it's the accountability of the man-to-man defense from Yokohama. You know, it's been exploited. I mean, at that point, Kai's trying to recover. You know, I would argue the fact that, you know, they've got to fight around the ball screens a little bit more aggressively. So I've just been asked the question, what do you say about the work ethic of Kai on the court? I think it's good. Could it be better? Possibly, yes. But I think when he's healthy, I mean, I saw many times last year commentating games we played for Hiroshima. Kai will give you what he'll give you. He'll give you rebounds, he'll give you post-ups. There's a lot of expectation on Kai Soto, but he knows he's got to meet those expectations. Simple as that. I will always give an honest opinion, but you got to be firm, but you got to be fair. Well, nice backdoor play goes in. Getting rejected. Well, Papa Dwight with the block. Now Ramos trying to go coast to coast. I missed the layup, though. Well, he's got to make those. Well, Peter Atkinson said Kai Soto for president. Sure. Josh Bet to be janitor of every arena in the Philippines. I'll clean as much as I need. Soto down the lane, goes up, gets the M1. Well, you want to ask about this man's work ethic. Go and pick and roll there with Kawamura. Beautiful ball screen. Look how quickly. At that point, Brooks has got to play cat and mouse between Soto, Kawamura, and Kaireem. That's good movement there. Good spacing. And a tough finish by Kaiju. Norman Granadosin, whenever you ask me a question that involves Jason Castro, it's over. That's my answer. Well, the three-point play does cut it down to a 9-point ball game. Just trying to go pick and roll. Soto trying to contest the defense. And that's the benefit, well, that's the benefit of being 7'4". Ramos attacking now. Nowhere to go. They go for another three. Again, no good. Josh Beth for president, I think, is something nobody in the world wants to ever hear, but thank you for the kindness. Kawamura for the mid-range. Just can't get it. Well, if Ramos hits a 3, I will say welcome to the cathedral. Now we're under 2 minutes here in the second quarter. Well, there you go. 3 is up, and it's good. Well, what a beautiful three-pointer, beautifully tucked away. Now they lead by 9 yet again. Well, you got to appreciate LEVANGA Hokkaido's defense. They are trying to make it very tough. I mean, I guess one thing they put into consideration for this game is, you know, you've got some very good bigs on this team. Jared Uthop, but again, here's the execution, the pick and roll. Another penetration kick out. Uthop trying to close out, but at that point, it's just too late. $80 seconds to go now here in the first half. LEVANGA Hokkaido could potentially take a double-digit lead. Oh, going in. Again, LEVANGA Hokkaido just controlling all aspects of this game at the moment. Well, shout out to Batangapo watching from Banbury. Well, that's only an hour drive from me. What's up, brother? That's the post-up we're talking about. Again, Ramos, no choice but to foul his fellow national teammate, Kai Soto. As Papa Dwight goes to the bench, he'll take a breather. As Ez said, divine power of St. Dwight is rising. I love that. That's brilliant. Oh, Soto missed the first free throw. I tell you, one thing I love about Filipino basketball fans, journalists, everyone. Your creativity for basketball quotes is phenomenal. I've been commentating in B.LEAGUE for 4 years. Shout out to everybody in the Philippines, because I tell you what, anybody in the Philippines wants to take my job, I think you do 10 times better than me. Well, if LEVANGA Hokkaido goes quickly here, they could get a 2-for-1. They lead by 10 points. Well, Tarazona's made a few tonight again. This guy, somebody call an electrician here in Yokohama. He is shooting the lights out. Well, Batangapo, I know what you mean, but I didn't go to sleep tonight. I've got Turkish Basketball League later on in the afternoon. I've got to drive Mrs. Bet to work. Busy, busy day today, my friend. And now we have 7 seconds difference between game and shot clock. Well, Duff, can he get his first 3? And again, everything just too short. Final shot here of the first half. Tarazona's been on fire. Finds Brooks. Brooks goes for the fadeaway, and he's unable to connect. Well, Basel fans, end of the first half. Indeed, LEVANGA Hokkaido lead this one by 13 points. Yokohama B-CORSAIRS, they've got a lot of figuring out to do at halftime. And I think for them, it's got to come from the offensive end. Well, Basel fans, it is halftime. We're going to take a break between 15 and 20 minutes. Go get a drink. Go get something to eat. Wherever you are watching in the world, it is break time. It's from the first half. Dwight Ramos going in, getting the and one. He did convert that three-point play, and they have a 13-point lead at the moment. Well, Dwight hasn't got his three-point shot going like he usually likes to, but there's a block shot by Papa Dwight. He's finding other ways to get himself in the game. Rebounding's been a key factor so far for Ramos. And now is Kyrie getting the and one. The Soto-nator. Well, that's what you want to keep seeing from Kai Soto. Be more aggressive. But credit to LEVANGA HOKKAIDO. I mean, they have hit some big three-pointers so far that has set them apart from Yokohama. Shuto Terrazono being one of them, of course. Well, he started with mid-range. As I mentioned, looked like Mike Bibby back in 2002's Sacramento Kings. And Yokohama only one three-pointer this evening, while 5 coming already for LEVANGA HOKKAIDO. The rebound count fairly even between these two teams. But if Yokohama wants to be a wildcard factor in this season's B-League, they've got to win tonight. Remember, it's a doubleheader. They will play tomorrow. I don't think that game will be streamed on B-League International. But most of the B-League games are doubleheaders. They play on one night, and then they play the following day. Well, again, welcome back to all the basketball fans watching. There are your key stats already. 9 points for Kai Soto. Shuto Terrazono, in my mind, has probably been the best player in this game. Ramos already with 7 rebounds. Could be looking at a potential double-double. Now, he does have 2 assists, so if he was to get 8, which, you know, is quite wishful thinking if you think about it, but triple-double could be on the cards, but he'd have to get 8 assists. Well, again, basketball fans, let us know where in the world you're currently watching. Are you watching in the Philippines? Where else in Asia, Africa, Europe, or the Americas? I will do my very best to give you a shout-out. And please, please be nice to each other in the live YouTube chat. Let's try and keep things relatively clean. Come on, man. Let's make it about basketball. If you want, you can insult me instead. But try not to insult each other. Well, Kai being leading scorer has been a big factor. I mean, Josh got 5 rebounds already. Well, excuse me, 5 points. My apologies. The man who won the B-League Championship back in 2022 with Utsunomiya Brex. It's a big lineup they've got here. The likes of Jared Uthoff, Kai Soto, and Josh Scott. I mean, that's a good mix of some veteran, prime, and young talent. Well, shout out to Matthew Maki watching from Maryland. And shout out to CMTV88. Mr. Nunez watching from Macau. As well as RDDTV Cebu watching from Cebu. And the Casino Master watching from New York. Our ship is currently here in the Philippines. Rigoberto Garcia from Kansas. Eddie Jr., yeah, I get it. I'm just joking. Trust me, I'm being too British right now. I'm just winding you up. Well, shout out to Samuel TV. As now we're ready to get the second half underway. Yokohama, they've got to go on a run at some point here in the third quarter. They don't want this margin to get too big. Scott looking for a handoff. Suffocating defense coming from LEVANGA HOKKAIDO. Kawamora's got to isolate. Back to Scott. There's a bit of contact. Again, it's just sublime help side defense from Damon Brooks. Brooks fakes the pass. He doesn't get the and one, but he will go to the free throw line. Well, the Cooking Angler watching from Canada. Welcome. Manjean watching from the Manila. Her question mark. Ariel Pineda watching from NYC. As Ritzel's vlog watching from Dubai. Well, Brooks currently at the free throw line here for LEVANGA HOKKAIDO. Makes the first one. This man's definitely had a very interesting career so far in the B-League. Demond Brooks, 31 years of age, originally from Charlotte, North Carolina. Went to Davidson, same as Stephen Curry. Started his career in my mother's hometown in Italy, of all places, Napoli. Oh, Kawamura coming off one screen. Oh, Kawamura probably should have shot that one. That's got to be his bread and butter. Times you can just be a little too unselfish, and I think that hurts the team right here. Right there. That's a shot in my mind. If anything, you got a triple team around Josh Scott when you go for the pick and roll. Another one is up, and again, good start here for Kawamura, and that's much better, but still trailing by 13 points. Ramos going in, teardrop, just can't get it. Scott made that one very difficult for Dwight Ramos. Oh, Kawamura crossing over. Had to pass that one up because he wasn't going to get that layup off. The foul's going to be called. Well, the foul is on number 15, Ren Shimatani. Nice penetration by Kai King. I don't know if anybody watched the B-League All-Star game, but Kai King, I think, probably made something like 7 3-pointers in a row. Another penetration, another missed layup. The follow-up just no good. LEVANGA Hokkaido's got numbers. Gonna slow this one down, but Willis down the middle goes in. Again, just no help side defense. Oh, you gotta start to ask the question. Does Yokohama want to play today? That's a talking point I'm going with. It's Kawamura by 6 of defense. That's much better. Finds an opening. That's what you gotta do. Run circles around the ball screens. Try to confuse the defense. Shimatani nowhere to go. Time winding down. Willis has to put up a tough one. That's much better defense by Yokohama. Here we go again, the same scenario. Kawamura in and around, goes up. Doesn't get the out. Now, was that on the ground, or will he be going to the free throw line? Oh, he's looking like a Japanese Steve Nash at the moment. A showcase there for Kawamura. Well, he's definitely been a talking point here for the Japanese national team. Well, Yuki Kawamura, 22 years of age, originally from Yanai, Yamaguchi, Japan. She started with Sana Neo Phoenix, where he was a teammate with Freddie Ravenna. That was back in 2020. 7:40 here in the third quarter. Interesting, we haven't seen any full court pressure from Yokohama. Ramos finding Willis, nice down low. Goes in and throws it down. Well, that's just too easy. Defense simply unacceptable. Well, Ramos went to the high post. Brooks then just easily dumped it down to Willis. Or was it vice versa? Kawamura left wide open. 3 is up. Nails it. Well, he's feeling the confidence. He cuts it down to a 10-point ball game. And LEVANGA Hokkaido call timeout. Well, could he be the catalyst here in the second half for Yokohama? We'll find out. That's one thing you cannot do with Kawamura. You just cannot go underneath the screens. Right there, big mistake. Well, that's the case. Demond Brooks didn't really switch. He just sagged back. I mean, in that case, if Brooks switches and takes Kawamura, that's going to leave Josh Scott with an easy offensive rebound, or even better, a mismatch in the post. So Yokohama have to keep going to that pick and roll scenario. Oh, it's going to be interesting to see how LEVANGA HOKKAIDO come out defensively, because Kawamura has been the difference. What do? Do you switch? Do you chase him around the screens? Maybe you double team when he comes off those bull screens, but then you got to rotate. There's a lot of options, well, a lot of questions, I mean, for LEVANGA HOKKAIDO. Ramos trying to isolate, goes in, gets rejected. King goes pick and pop. Utha pump fakes. Pulls up for 15. Just can't get it. The jump ball is going to be cool, but that's going to be LEVANGA HOKKAIDO ball because Yokohama had the first possession. Well, Google account just asked me, do I like Japanese anime? I don't dislike it. I'm just probably more of a PlayStation 5 fan, to be honest. There's no correlation. My apologies. Ramos trying to attack it. Well, Brooks goes in. Another rejection. Well, LEVANGA HOKKAIDO's offense struggling at the moment. Kawamura left wide open. Another three. Splashes that one. Did somebody say in the YouTube chat he's becoming the Japanese Stephen Curry? Back-to-back three-pointers to Kawamura. Now it's a 7-point lead. Sakino coming off one screen, finding Brooks. There's that high-low action again. Willis unable to get it. King with a rebound. King tries a three. This one's up. Oh, baby! Kai King looking like Jeff Chan at the moment with those three-pointers. Guy that loves potato, you bet I am. Ramos now, he'll pull up for a three. Again, struggling from the perimeter. Two-possession ball game. What can Kawamura do here for Yokohama? Kawamura kicks out Uthoff. That's going to be a foul. I thought they were going to call a traveling violation. Oh, interesting decision. Well, Kintamori back in as Kawamura goes in. Can't get it, but the tip-in is good by that man, Josh Scott, the veteran. 7 points tonight here for Scott. That's his first field goal in the second half, mind you. The foul's going to be called against Kintamori, number 18 for Yokohama. Well, John Edmund Lagman said Kawamura is the Alapag of Japan. That's quite a statement, I'd say. Can't say I disagree. I mean, the games are relatively similar. Well, they've got numbers now. Kawamura. Again, trying to go to Josh Scott. Scott's telling him you should have gone for the layup. Just over 4 minutes here in the third quarter. Oh, Willis much need a three-pointer, and that will just calm down the confidence. Well, excuse me, calm down the nerves and boost the confidence for LEVANGA HOKKAIDO. Kawamura down the middle, bit of contact, counted! Wow, he is cooking at the moment. Single-handedly changing the momentum of this game, leading Yokohama to a potential comeback. We like how he curled the screen off Josh Scott. Made the penetration. That's intelligent play because he knew And Terrazona was behind him, and there was going to be contact. Well, no, the foul wasn't against Terrazona. My apologies. Well, an offensive board here for Scott. Calmore, another baseline penetration. Foul is going to be called on the ground. Well, shout out to Josh Reyes. Am I talking to the Josh Reyes, or is this a burner account? So Norman Granadosin said, do you think 30 Ravenna and San Antonio Phoenix can win a championship this year? Who knows? I mean, once you come to playoff time, I imagine, you know, the experienced teams of Utsunomiya Brex, the Alvark Tokyos, and the defending champions Ruku Golden Kings. That's the time when they've got to use that experience. But who knows? I mean, definitely San Antonio Phoenix. That team has been very well coached and very well put together this season. Well, shout out to Perry Torres, watching from the Philippines. What's up, Perry? Lewis trying to penetrate. Finds Brooks, goes in. And they hold on to a 3-point lead. Moore, again, what were they thinking there? Takes deflections. That's going to remain possession to Yokohama. Well, Paul Saberans asked me thoughts on Justin Brownlee, top player. But head coach's challenge is going to be made here by LEVANGA Hokkaido. Well, he was quite a good player back in his day for the Saitama Broncos when it was known as the BJ League. But he is using his head coach challenge. That's Rutaro Onodera. Let's have a look at the replay here. It was a pass by Mori. I think he's right. Yeah, it takes a deflection. So that's possibly going to be an unsuccessful challenge. Well, what's up to my guy? BJ Rufino's in on the chat. Well, first of all, BJ Rufino, I don't think I've ever met a basketball fan who is the basketball consumption machine. I'll be commentating a B-League game at 4 o'clock in the morning UK, head to the studio in London to do the British Basketball League, and BJ Rufino's watching both games. So shout out to BJ Rufino. BJ, if I ever meet you one day, man, I'm buying you a beer or a coffee, whatever you like. Well, it's going to find out. Unsuccessful head coach's challenge. So we'll remain Yokohama Bull on the baseline. 3:07 with 12 on the shot clock. Plenty of time to get a good offense here, but Calmore goes for a quick three. That was a little bit of a rushed effort. Well, Norman Granadosin, best naturalized player? You got to go with Jordan Clarkson. That game against China in the summer, I don't think anything will compare. I mean, Blatch is up there too. Willis going for another three. Again, he had the hand in his face, but decided still to go for it. Lutoff catching a tough pass. Finds Scott now. King can tie it up. It's up. It's no good. Yokohama get very close, but 2 occasions they failed to tie the game up. Well, that's good hands there by Darryl Willis, and he finishes under intense pressure. 12 points now for Darryl Willis. That's much better. Good play. Just wanted the moment because you know LEVANGA Hokkaido are going to continue to pile on the pressure. It's impressive that he got the shot off, but somebody should follow in for an offensive rebound. Now a 2-pointer will tie the game up. Kawamura finding Scott goes up, and he gets fouled. It's not a bad foul necessarily, because as great as Josh Scott is, he's not always the most consistent free throw shooter. But Kawamura, I mean, this guy gets Darrell Willis up in the air. Ramos gets called for his third personal foul. So question now for Coach Onodera, do you keep him in the game? Do you take him out with 1:34 to go? Well, Josh Scott went to the University of Colorado, started his pro career in North Macedonia. Came to Japan in 2017, where he started with the Shimane Suzano Magic. Like we said, he was a B-League champion back in 2022. 90 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Hokkaido holding on to a slender 1-point lead. Foul has been drawn. I think it's going to be on the ground. That's only the third team foul against Yokohama. Well, shout out to Maurice Allen. What's up, brother? And Paul Sabarin. Oh, I don't know them. And shout out to my guy, C-Hart. What's up, brother? Good to see you back. Where you been? It's heading on the shot clock. Down low. Again, nice post entry. Wants a dump down, if anything. And Brooks at that point, you know he's not going to miss. By Ratnam. I don't know why Scott didn't isolate. Ramos has got 3 fouls. Kai King goes in uncontested. It's just a bit of a commitment on the wing now coming from LEVANGA HOKKAIDO. C-Hot, indeed, it has been a while, brother. But again, hope you're happy, hope you're well, hope you're healthy, my friend. Brooks has got to isolate. Goes for a step back. 3 is up. Big time 3-pointer. Zamon Brooks making it a 2-possession ball game. So Richard Poland, yeah, Kai played in the first half. We haven't seen him so far here in the third. Paul Sabera, no, I do not. I commentate for FIBA's Basketball Champions League. Kawamura goes for the fadeaway, and that is the end of the third quarter, where indeed it is a 4-point lead to LEVANGA HOKKAIDO. Well, it's been a comeback so far from Yokohama, led by Yuki Kawamura. But on every possession, they've got a step closer. They've been unable to tie the game up or take the lead for that matter. Well, it is 1 quarter left. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Well, welcome back, Basel fans, live here on YouTube of the B-League platform. Yuki Kawamura single-handedly now with 17 points. Okay, he's almost got triple-double numbers for that matter. He's bowling. 7 assists, 4 rebounds. Well, Kawamura, no doubt, he's a talent. Question is, will he make the Japanese Olympic team this summer? Well, happy birthday to Maher Adventure. It's my birthday in 2 weeks. Don't dare anybody ask how old I am. Well, the penetration was made. Koyasudo will go to the free throw line now for 2 shots. Fouls against. Shuto Terrazone has been relatively quiet in the third quarter. Well, it's going to be interesting to see. Kai Soto obviously started the fourth quarter, didn't play in the third. And that's the pick and roll scenario that's causing issues. That's been the game plan of LEVANGA Hokkaido. Whether it's Josh Scott, Kai Soto, bring them away from the basket. 5-point deficit still. King trying to penetrate. Good outside defense by Ramos. Both going down to Soto. Turnaround. Oh, that's a good move and an even better follow-up. Well, you love the move from Soto, and that's what good teammates are for. Jared Uthoff just tipping in the missed jump hook. Ramos with the big three. Three is up, and Salamat B.LEAGUE. Oh, no, sorry, my bad. Salamat Dwight Ramos. Papa Dwight with the three. Again, separating 6 points between LEVANGA Hokkaido and Yokohama. Kawamura now, down the middle. Finds Ramos, goes in, gets rejected. Well, Brooks just said, not in your house. Ramos, another three. Well, may have just turned on the air conditioner with that one. Change coming in now for LEVANGA Hokkaido. Coming back in is Kohei Sakina along with Darrell Willis. Kawamura now. Finds Soto. Why not? Why take the three? Stuff down to Soto. Nice post work. Got it. Oh, I don't know. Well, I have to see the replay of that one. Well, he's got to be careful. He doesn't want to pick up a technical. He's going to go to the bench, but I'd say Soto may be very lucky. Telling the official to... Well, let's just leave it at that. Now, I think the referee was going over to the bench. Maybe to have a polite word with Kai Soto there. Yeah, I think the team's been called, yeah. Yeah, so rightfully so. Yeah, the technical has been called. I think Soto's reaction was... Well... We all have our moments of frustration, but I'm not quite sure that's something you should say to the referee. Remember, referees are people too. 7-point lead now here to Yokohama. Excuse me, to LEVANGA Hokkaido. Ramos coming off one screen. Dwight, little teardrop. Again, he's had a few short ones tonight, but you got to credit the hustle. Papa Dwight not giving up, diving on the floor. Well, what can Yokohama build from this offense? There's a penetration by Kawamori. He draws a foul, so he'll go to the free throw line. It's one way to try to get back in this game. Get into the penalty early on. Well, free throws are just so imperative. You don't want to look back in the game and think the outcome could have been different had you made your free throws. He counts down to a 6-point deficit. Arizona yet to score here in the second half. He did have 12 points in the first. Dump down to Willis. Willis, good hands. Just can't finish it though. Scott secures the rebound. Oh. Clearly not an open pass here, but they will retain possession on the baseline. Yokohama at times, you got to ask the question, does this team have the composure to get back in it? Maybe, but we thought, Palm Face goes in. Easy little throw down there, one hand. 9 points tonight for Jared Uthoff. He's definitely struggled from the perimeter, but maybe he's got to keep going inside the paint tonight. But that's not his position because two bigs, Jared Uthoff and Josh Scott, somebody's got to play a stretch four. Arizona still scoreless here in the second. Willis gets a rebound. He gets fouled. He's going to the charity stripe. Well, timeout's going to be cool, Basel fans. And again, if you are watching live on the YouTube stream, let us know where you're watching. Which team are you supporting? Are you supporting LEVANGA HOKKAIDO, or are you following Yokohama B-CORSAIRS? Well, welcome back. 6:19 to go here in the fourth quarter. It was a 13-point lead at the beginning of the second half. So Willis makes the first free throw. The foul was called against Josh Scott. Makes them both. Shout out to Matthew, son of Ramon, watching from Singapore. Kawamura step back, deep three, and again, tough play. Now, had he missed that three-pointer, that would have been a poor shot, but hey, he's got it. Give him the credit. Essentially a one-possession ball game. Arizona going baseline. Nowhere to go here. Brooks now. Only go for a Hail Mary three again. That is a B.E.A. beautiful response by LEVANGA HOKKAIDO. Well, Baby Mo asked, Josh, are you okay with this people? Well, big time three-pointer. Kawamura is cooking. I don't understand the question. Am I okay with what people? Three-point ball game yet again. Just under over halfway to go here in the fourth quarter. It's Arizona from the mid-range. Unable to connect. Well, Kawamura trying to get open. Sakino trying to chase him. He goes in. He does get the ad one, but he's going to the charity stripe. Well, Mark Angelo, I don't know who Josh Bell is, but shout out to Mark. Philippine College of Criminology. Well, timeout by Basel fans as both teams will talk it over. When we come back, Yuki Kawamura will have 2 free throws and a chance to cut it down to a 1-point ball game. Well, here's Kawamura just doing Yuki Kawamura things on the basketball court. That's a tough step back. It was a huge three-pointer. That put him back up by 6 points. But again, Kawamura, confidence is contagious. All he needs is to make 1, maybe 2 three-pointers, and that's it. Well, shout out to Mark Angelo Teodosio. I think that name's probably been inspired by Teodosic. Great player. Well, there you see the scoring combined total at the moment, 31 points between Damon Brooks and Darrell Willis. Terrazono had 11 points, but they all came in the first half. Kikuchi also has 11. That's how it's gone so far tonight here for LEVANGA HOKKAIDO. But now Kawamura can try to cut this down to a 1-point ball game. 4:45 to go. Well, as great as he is from the perimeter, free throws have been an irregularity for him tonight. That's a simple concept. Step to the free throw line, make the shot, they're free. Second one's good. Well, shout out to Jesse Cordial. And shout out to Paul as well. Terrazono, nowhere to go here. Goes in again. That is just incredible play. That is his first field goal of the second half. Well, nice penetration down the reverse layup. And the defense just helpless at that point. But Yokohama trying to stay in this one at the moment. Brooks is going to get, well, no, on the ground. Just like we saw in the first half, I think a travel should have been called. Papa Dwight back in the game. Second foul against Josh Scott. The time is winding down. Terrazono finding Brooks. Oh, you gotta shoot it. 24-second violation. That's just very poor communication by the LEVANGA Hokkaido players. Time winding down. Nobody shouted or took responsibility. And Coach Onodera, he's got to be infuriated. I mean, they can win this game. The thing for LEVANGA Hokkaido, they don't need the win so much as Yokohama, because Yokohama, if they win, a chance of making the wild card. Another missed three. Arizona finds Brooks. Ramos in the corner. Three is up, and again, Salamat St. Dwight. Welcome to the Cathedral. Papa Dwight making Yokohama call timeout. Oh, this is simple. I said this a couple of years ago. That's Reggie Miller in a Hokkaido LEVANGA jersey. Papa Dwight with a big-time three. Well, the Philippines, infamous for its beautiful countryside, wonderful people, but also Dwight Ramos' three-point shooting. Under 3 minutes. Gustav hasn't made a three. We're not going to let Cal Moore take a three. Goes in. Again, rolls its way in and out. Just over 2.5 here. No need to rush anything for Hokkaido. Take their time. But Terrazono getting one field goal so far. Can he get another one? He's fouled in the process. He'll go to the free throw line. Well, it's a bit reckless defense by Kent Amari. I mean, you want to chase him, but when he gets up in the air, you got to make sure you just can't be making any contact of any sorts. Well, Terrazono missed the first free throw. He makes the second one. Back to a 6-point deficit. Well, Yokohama needs something here. Calmore, nowhere to go. Now switch on defense. High King now. Thought about the three-pointer. Rudolph's got to go for the what? Why go for the fadeaway? Scott with the offensive board. Now we're under 2 minutes. Kawamura, another switch on the pick and roll. Ryan's going to go for a tough contested three. Well, he had the switch. Could have gone down to low post, but he decided to go all himself. Now with just over 90 seconds, Terrazono. He wants to go pick and roll. Finds Brooks. Three. That's just a little bit off the mark. Now, Yokohama's got to score here. Now we're over 80 seconds. Kawamura. Finds Kai King. Got to make this one. It's up. But again, no good. Rebound has been secured by Darrell Willis. Well, it's still a two-possession ball game, but if Hokkaido LEVANGA scores here, this could be good night. Terrazono using the ball screen from Willis. He'll pull up for three, and again, Ayasu minasai. Arigato gozaimasu. 9-point ball game. That might be all she wrote tonight, Basel fans. That's a huge three. Well, you thought he was going to go pick apart with Willis, but why not? He's got the confidence. He drills that one, and this crowd stunned into silence. Well, that was just a big point by Terrazono. Yeah, he struggled immensely here in the second half. He started the game very well, but that took a lot of confidence to take that three-pointer. Yokohama's got to be quick. Ideally, you got to go for three. It's good hands by Terrazono because Jared Uthoff was wide open in the corner. There's a three. The three is up. No good. The rebound's been secured. This could very well be LEVANGA Hokkaido's day. Well, Shido Yukimura said cringe commentator. Everyone's entitled to an opinion. You know there's a mute button, right? Could make your life a lot easier. But anyway, 9-point ball game. LEVANGA Hokkaido still not in the penalty, so one foul away from getting to the free throw line. But they've done immaculately. Coach Onodera, this team struggled for consistency this season as now Darrell Willis, he'll go to the free throw line. Fouls against Jared Uthoff. Well, Darrell Willis enjoyed life so far. Now, he played at Wichita State, had a bit of EuroLeague experience when he played for Monaco. Just started his pro career in Greece back in 2018. Last season, played in the Korean Basel League for Seoul Samsung Thunder. Well, the free throws have been tucked away. Another one now. Could it just be a little too late at the moment? Foul has been committed. Well, thank you for all the kind comments. Like I say, I don't usually take offense when people insult me. Everyone's entitled to an opinion. As Brooks makes the first one. Well, Devon Brooks also played for Ruku Golden Kings. We mentioned went to the same university as the great Stephen Curry. He misses the second one. Wyckoff goes in. He's going to take the layup. And we're under 20 seconds. 17.1. It is a 6-point ball game. So I think Coach Onodera is just taking a precautionary timeout because, he's got to anticipate. I would advance the ball if I was him because that way you avoid any full court pressure coming. But this timeout probably has been called to orchestrate just somehow, some way to get the ball inbound because they're going to foul you right away. Well, they're going to double team you and hope you turn it over. But the foul will come. Well, again, thank you to all the kind comments. Like I said, I'm not overly sensitive, but I mean, if you don't like my commentary, just push the mute button, I guess. Frank's TV. Oh, Christelis Young. Where have you been? Christelis Young, just like BJ Ruffino and many other great fans, always watching B-League basketball. So shout out to Christelis Young. Jeff Long, I don't know. I'm not sure why it's on a delay. It does happen sometimes, but... Oh, Rigoberto Garcia, thank you very much, brother. The B-League International has got a good team of commentators. I'd say the best one is, well, it's between Jeff Taylor, the great Jeff Taylor, the voice of FIBA, and, of course, Anthony Suntai, Filipino Loco, great commentator. I had the privilege of working with him. Great guy, great commentator. So, big shout-out to my friend Anthony Suntai. And Paxton, thank you so much for your kind comments, brother. And Danny Reynado. Another great fan who's always in. Thank you, Alonzo Bano. Appreciate that a lot, my friend. Thank you. Which non-B-League Filipino player would you like to see in the B-League? Oh, that is a tough question. Well, Josh Walensky, thank you. I appreciate that. Going back to the question. Which non-B-League Filipino player? I'd say the Blur. I'd love to see Jason Castro still play at this level. So I think in 20 years' time, TNT Tropangiga is going to need to recruit a new team to play with Jason Castro. I think that guy's going to play till he's about 100 years old. Melvin Rita, thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you for the kind comments. Layup has been made. Well, no, it's not. But the follow-up is good by Josh Scott. 8.6 seconds left. Well, Ram Gonzalez, I've got to disagree with him on that one, brother, because let me tell you, I've grown up with Filipino basketball friends. I went to the Philippines this summer. Great country. I get where you're coming from, but I'd say you can't really judge a country by one interaction. But like I said, enjoyed my time in the Philippines. And let me tell you something about the Filipinos who live in the United Kingdom. They work hard. And they are an inspiration to me, as are all the people that live in this country. So shout out to all my friends and everybody from the Philippines. Eddie Jr., yep. Thank you, brother. Google account says Terrence Romeo, Kevin Kimball, and yeah, well. Terrence Romeo, definitely a very talented player, but then you can see the three-pointer by Papa St. Dwight. Yeah, I did see that. So House Megan said Lee Hyun-jun. Now, I thought he was an exceptional player in the 2021 FIBA Asia Cup qualifying bubble in Clark City. Good height, good length, good shot. He's playing at a high level with the Illawarra Hawks in the NBL. Frank's TV from Liverpool. Wow. Red or blue, Frank's TV? Which one? Well, Basel fans, foul has been committed, so more free throws coming up. I think what's happening now, Yokohama is trying, well, I think it's a bit of a silly foul to give away because it's not much of a head-to-head these two teams could compete on. Well, Dante Romero, are you talking about the lineup for Gilas in the FIBA Asia Cup qualifying window? Not too sure if you are, because I'll be commentating the game Philippines versus Chinese Taipei, so I guess we'll get a chance to see that team. Seven-point lead to Levanga Hokkaido. And 6.6 seconds left. Remember, at the end of this game, we'll probably hear from the coaches from both teams and the MVP of the game. I'll show you some of the highlights as well. As Kawamura will dribble this one up. He thought he's going to take a final three. It's up, no good. Basel fans, congratulations to Levanga Hokkaido as they win this one 80-73 against Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. Papa St. Dwight Ramos' team got the victory over Kai Soto's. But again, it was a great game to say the least. Yuki Kawamura had a phenomenal second half, but it just wasn't enough to get Yokohama back in this game. Well, we'd just like to say a big thank you to all of you fans for joining us. We did get up to about 7,000 nearly live viewers. And like I say, you guys watching this game, only a big thank you to the Japanese B-League for streaming these games free on YouTube. You got great commentators in Anthony Suntai and Jeff Taylor. So, Gato Los Potatoes, thank you for joining us. Casino Mas, I got to tell you, as I mentioned, they work so hard in this country. I tell you, we are honored to have Filipino people living and working in the United Kingdom. They're great people and they work exceptionally hard. Well, Basel fans, there will be more B-League games today and tomorrow. Double headers, as we mentioned, coming up. These two teams will meet tomorrow. And a big thank you to you too, Guy that Loves Potatoes. I love that YouTube name. Kawamura, phenomenal game. He shot the lights out, but big victory for Levanga Hokkaido. Massive, massive victory. Sihat, Duitashimashite, brother. And arigato for you joining us as well, my friend. And hope to see you soon. Christelle Young, thank you. And of course, sayonara. Well, we are going to hear from coaches and captain. And then we'll take a look at the highlights from this game. And shout out to John Banachea watching from Doha, Qatar. And 024, thank you so much for your kind comments. Well, for the players and coaches who will speak in Japanese, we will get that translated for you. So, Mark Angelo, yes, Jeremy Ling is actually playing for one of the Chinese Taipei teams that does feature in the East Asia Super League. Gato Los Potatoes, yeah, I'll be commentating tomorrow as well. Double R, thank you very much. Duitashimashite. Well, now we're going to hear from Coach Onodera. We'll get this translated in English.
怪我でトーマス・ルーシュを書いている中で、自分たちのディフェンスプラン、横浜さんに対してのプランというのを前半選手たちがハードにプレーしてくれたので、非常に遂行レベル高い試合で、非常に良かったなと思います。
コーチ、スタメンじゃない選手たち、ベンチから登場する選手たちの貢献あったと思います。コーチの意見聞かせてください。
はい、非常にやっぱりそこが自分たちの強みでもありますし、スタートが苦しい状況であってもやっぱりベンチが助けるというチーム一体 だって戦えているというのが非常に大きな要因だなと考えています。
今日はコーチアウェイの地ですけど、ベンチ裏、そして北海道でもたくさんのブースター、この勝利に沸いていると思います。メッセージお願いします。
はい、皆さんの、応援のおかげで、なんとかダウンなゲームを勝ち切ることができたので、また明日、もっともっといい内容で、皆さんに勝ちを届けられるように頑張るので、また応援よろしくお願いします。ありがとうございました。
はい、勝ちましたレバンガ北海道小野寺ヘッドコーチでした。ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。
Well, there you heard from Coach Onodera of LEVANGA HOKKAIDO. Obviously praising his team's defensive performance in the second half. On 2 occasions, there were comebacks coming from Yokohama B-CORSAIRS, but today was a tough game, he said. And the bench players, they gave a good performance, and that was the key point today. And the final words from Coach Onodera was that they will prepare for tomorrow's game. And obviously thanks all the fans from Hokkaido for making the journey down. Well, Casino Master, thank you too, brother. A shout out to your sister and nephew in London who are working and, doing a great job for the NHS. So I want to say thank you to them as well, my friend. They do a magnificent job. Thank you.
一個一個勝っていかなきゃいけない試合というところで、この1勝というのはすごいチームとしてはでかいのかなというふうに思ってます。
今日後半、特に森井選手がかなりフェイスガード気味に寺園選手にマークしています。あそこはどのように感じてましたか？
やはり森井選手はディフェンスを得意とする選手で、何としても自分のところを止めに来てるなというふうに思ったので、そこで自分でシュートに行くところと周りを生かすっていうところの判断が今日はすごく良かったのかなと思うので、それは明日も継続してやっていきたいと思います。
勝負どころで、寺園選手が珍しく札幌、北海道に向けて大声で吠えてるシーンがありました。あれはレバンガブースターへのメッセージですかね。
そうですね、本当にいつもでかい声で応援してくれているので、ちょっと僕も今日は叫びたいなと思って叫びました。
きっと北海道まで届いてたと思います。今日も会場、そして札幌でも応援してくれたブースターメッセージをお願いします。
いつも皆さん熱い声援ありがとうございます。今シーズンなかなか勝ててないんですけども、チームとしては本当に成熟してきていて、自分たちのやるべきことを40分間徹底するということができてきているので、それを継続して明日も頑張りたいと思いますので、応援よろしくお願いします。
勝ちましたレバンガ北海道寺園修斗選手でした。ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。
Well, there you heard the words, of course, speaking very highly. But, this was a tough game for them. They had to really dig deep. And all it does is just burns the fire for tomorrow's matchup. These two teams, you want to see this game go right down to the wire. And, a 13-point lead built by Hokkaido LEVANGA, it was good, but it almost didn't seem like enough at the point. But credit to them. Good teams. When the adversity or the tide comes running, they know how to ride it. Well, we are momentarily going to show you the highlights from this game, and here we go. We'll get the highlights going. What a phenomenal game. But going back to what Terrazono said in his postgame, we have it translated, is that today's win was massive for LEVANGA HOKKAIDO. His role was more than just scoring. It was about facilitating. And as I mentioned, they built the lead. Yokohama tried to come down, but they never put their heads down. And they found that winning mentality. So, congratulations to Hokkaido LEVANGA and Shuto Terrazono. Well, they didn't make many three-pointers today, and that could have been a huge difference. Well, in the first half, they only had one, but you got to have more than just Yuki Kawamura. Kawamura's a great player, but if he's a three-point threat, that just makes it very easy for the defense. Kai Soto with the sublime rejection. Kaiju just said, get out of here. But this is what I appreciate here from LEVANGA HOKKAIDO, forcing turnovers, but converting those turnovers into transition points. St. Dwight going in, bit of contact, too big and strong, and simply just too good. Well, you got the invitation to the cathedral, buddy, but you ain't getting out, that's for sure. Ramos with the rejection. That's not being allowed in the St. Dwight Cathedral. Well, there was a deep three in the corner. Three was up and beautifully tucked away. But that was probably the big difference between these two teams, especially in the first half. I mean, Terrazono, his confidence, it was limitless. Yeah, he did struggle in the second half, but he made the big dagger at the end. And that closed his game out. Well, Willis doing what Willis does best. Last season was in the KBL in Korea. And Brooks again, just with the authority there. Why did you even come for the help side defense? Well, that was another deep three again. Kawamura, he caught fire at this point in the third quarter. But I'm afraid it was just a little too late. And Kai King, that cut it down to a three-point ball game. But no matter how close Yokohama got, they just couldn't get the final hurdle. And again, Brooks with the seal-off. Josh Scott just simply mismatching the defense. And there was a follow-up again by Jared Uthoff. And that was the first of Dwight Ramos' back-to-back triples. Those are big three-pointers, because those really created the separation between them and Yokohama. Oh, Kawamura, that's probably the toughest shot you're going to see tonight, but tell you, look at Kawamura and Yuki Tagashi, very similar games, of course, but one's a veteran, one's a rookie. Well, I wouldn't say rookie, but still young player, but Ramos again. Well, no, excuse me, my apologies. That is not Dwight Ramos. My deep apologies. But Kawamura one more time. He's tough. He likes the the precious situations. But again, Terrazono, that was the dagger. That was the good night mark. He called game. And they won. Much needed victory for LEVANGA Hokkaido. Well, it was all over from there, Basel fans. It was all over. Well, again, these two teams will meet tomorrow, but look at the three-point count. Kawamura did make half of the three-pointers, but 11 out of 23, 47%. That's a very good stat in the B-League, especially when you think about the high volume of three-pointers taken every game by nearly every team. Interesting, Yokohama winning the rebound count, especially having more offensive boards, but you got to ask the question. You had more field goals inside the rainbow. Probably more than Yuki Kawamura. Needs to be a threat from the perimeter for the B-CORSAIRS. Well, there are your final stats. Obviously, the turnovers, they are what they are, but it was a good game to watch. I'd say for Yokohama, the reliance on one player. Kawamura, top scored 25 points. He was 2 assists away from a double-double. And Terrazono, huge three-pointer at the end, took him to 20. For sure, it was a team effort for LEVANGA Hokkaido. Well, we will show you other stats, of course, in terms of reboundings and obviously more matchups coming up. But there, the rebound count, well, the points in total, excuse me. Well, Brooks, Willis together, combined total 33 points. Those two, they really work well together. Brooks plays predominantly as a center, while Willis is a stretch four. I think maybe if you got a couple more perimeter plays out of Jared Uthoff tonight, this could have been Yokohama's game, but bulk of the scoring coming from Yuki Kawamura. And basketball is a team game, unfortunately, as the old cliche is. Exciting head-to-head between two very good Japanese point guards. Terazono finishing with 20. Kawamura, phenomenal. 20 points in 26 minutes is quite impressive, but Kawamura definitely got the headlines, but he didn't get the victory. Well, we'll show you some of the schedule coming up for the weekend. There's obviously some more games coming today, and then obviously some more tomorrow here live on Japanese B-League. Well, there are your head-to-heads. The game twos will be played tomorrow. Toyama Grouses taking on Akita. Northern Happy Nets. Sendai 89ers taking on Hiroshima Dragonflies, Soto's former team. Well, these two will be in action tomorrow. Slightly earlier, Kyoto Hanaris hosting Kawasaki Brave Thunders. Well, Basel fans, it is now time for us to part ways. I'd like to thank you for joining us live here on the B-League International YouTube page. As always, it's an honor to commentate these games and to be with all of you. But for now, it's goodbye, and, well, for me, it's good afternoon, but I guess for many people over the world, it could be good morning or it could be good night. Sayonara from Japanese B-League Basketball. I'm your commentator, Josh. I'll see you tomorrow for some of the game twos.